Hello teachers, here's a quick little video I've made showing you synchronous and asynchronous in within Google Classroom. So I have here in front of me an assignment that I set up, human impact on the environment, and I want students to research an invasive species and then develop a Google slide. And then the next time that we meet in class, they will upload that Google slide into this kind of a template slide or this class slide, you can say. So just a quick reminder, remember to include instructions for the students in the assignment instructions, or it's optional, but if you put the instructions here, uh, it will be useful for the students. But also, if you might have noticed, I've added all parents to Google Classroom from grade 6 through 11. So if you are adding these instructions into assignments, then parents will also get this with the weekly summaries. So these weekly summaries that are sent out to parents do not include any personal comments on work that students have done or any feedback that you've given them, no grades, and so on. So don't worry about that. It's simply just kind of the feed that's happening in the classroom. Summaries, it'll also inform the parents of missing assignments as well. Okay, so I've added my instructions here. So the task for the students was to research an invasive species. So I'm going to jump into a student view here in a second as well. So the task for the students was to investigate an invasive species, and then they're on their own. They're going to create a Google slide. Okay, so this would be the uh, the asynchronous part because they're working by themselves. So here is the student version of this right here. So if I'm the student, what I would do is create a slide. And this will automatically name this with my name and then the assignment title. So what the students would do on their end before we meet in class next time is develop their invasive species, slide. Okay. Once this is finished, then they can turn it in if they want to, or they can just keep it unsubmitted. But essentially what would happen in class next time is the synchronous part where we're all kind of working on this together. So what I would do is I would open up, I would change the setting here. Right now it's for students to view. So this slide right here had instructions for the students, and it also had kind of a sample that I put together for the students. So the idea is in class, the students, or next time we meet in class, the students will all cut and paste their slides here. So this is the synchronous part of this because we're all kind of working on this together at the same time on one document. So right now, this is set for students to view, but what I can do is when we meet next time is I can change this to edit. The students can then open this, cut and paste their assignment to it, and when it's all finished, I can turn it or change it back to view only so they can't make any changes to this one particular slide. So what I wanted to show you is you can turn or change this in the middle of an assignment. Okay, the one thing you can't do is push so each student gets their own copy of it, but for now, it is view only. I present it to the students, and then in class next time, I will change this to edit, and they will upload their own work. Okay, so now I have the two views here, the student on the right, the teacher on the left, and I'll kind of show you how this would actually kind of play out. So I'm going to change this now to edit and hit save. So now it is in edit mode, so I'll go ahead and jump into this Google slide here. So now I am the student over here on the right. So the student would open up their project here. They'd also open up the class one over here. So we have the class one here, and then we have the student one here. So what the student would do is then just copy theirs, go over here and paste it, and you'll see over here on the teacher end, here is what the teacher would see. So the teacher over here on the left would see all of these slides kind of populate. Now once it's finished, a teacher as as the teacher, I will go back to edit and then change this to view only and then save it. And okay, I hope that helps, and let me know if you have any questions.